My best Ramadan ever was in Guantanamo.
أخي صبرا على ألم الفراق.
After witnessing two brothers being beaten to death in Bagram, I was kept in solitary confinement, not allowed to talk or to see anyone. I'd seen too much. That's how I spent the following Ramadan alone, except this time I was in Guantanamo. I was thinking about my family and how they would be spending this month. A normal Ramadan was just a distant memory by that time. Since I was a traveler though, not by choice, I considered even not fasting. But by fasting, I was making a point to my oppressors too. Their abuse was not going to determine my acts of faith. In fact, it was going to help to enhance them. After 2 years completely by myself, unable to interact with any Muslim, my prayers were finally answered. My final Ramadan and Eid in Guantanamo were both spent in the company of the world's most dangerous terrorists, according to George Bush, and the world's finest examples of patience and fortitude, according to me. At sunset, the adhan clashed with the US national anthem. This reminded us each time of the purpose of the life of two groups in Guantanamo. One group, the one dressed in khaki and combat clothing, stopped in their tracks, stood in the direction of the flag, and raised their hands and saluted the object of their devotion, the United States flag. The other group, the one dressed in orange, also stopped in their tracks, stood facing east and raised their hands towards the object of their devotion, the unseen God and Lord of the worlds. During the day, despite the intense tropical Caribbean heat, we recited and memorized the Quran. We exercised a lot too. Many of us far surpassed the physical capabilities of the full-time soldiers guarding us. Some of us controlled our anger and antipathy towards the guards during this month and offered smiles and kind words when the opposite would have been expected. That too was an act of defiance. At Iftar, there was a spontaneous breaking out into anashid, religious songs in Arabic, Urdu, Pashto, Farsi, Uyghur, Turkish, and yes, even English. You could hear the recitation of poetry and prose in verses that could not have been compiled anywhere on earth but at Guantanamo. But the most beautiful experience during Ramadan was without doubt the prayer. It was listening to the prayers of the Imam reverberating alone, rising up against the backdrop of razor wire rubbing against barbed wire impelled by a soft Caribbean breeze. It was the saying of Ameen in unison to a prayer we all wanted answered. It was the tears we all shed in the knowledge that each of us had a reason to weep. It was the sadness that was almost sweet. It was the best of times.
أخي صبرا على ألم الفراق.